Another week has come and gone, and we've got some big news for you. We are Game8 Information Station, and we're here to give you the latest gaming news you may have missed last week. Kicking off our news with Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Not really looking at a great start, as many players are experiencing a load of glitches and overall janky PC performance ever since the game's launch, and this did not help with its initial reviews. Respawn then addressed these concerns through a tweet, saying that they are aware of the problem and are working to address these issues quickly, and that each patch requires significant testing to ensure we don't introduce new problems. However, many players view this post as non-apologetic, with some even viewing it as Respawn blaming certain players' computer specs on why the game doesn't work so well. The console versions are performing better in comparison, but there are still frame drops and other issues there, which led to many players thinking that games that delay launch for polishing aren't exactly, well, polished. But on May 1st, 2023, Respawn landed its first patch on the game for the PC and a patch on May 2nd for the PS5 and Xbox Series XS. The patches tackle mostly performance improvements such as rendering issues, crash fixes, and other bugs. Since then, the reviews for Star Wars Jedi Survivor changed from mostly negative to mixed. So there's hope for the game in the coming weeks with more patches from Respawn. Honkai Star Rail finally launched last April 26, 2023, along with a launch stream on its YouTube channel going in-depth on what the game is all about. With host Sydney Goodman, content creators Lily Pichu and Mark Phillips along with Austin from the Hoyoverse branding team discussed the starting plot, their favorite characters, and a whole lot of sneak peeks from the game as well as gameplay, which many thought to be a tad bit spoilery. Okay, maybe more than a tad. Austin from Hoyoverse went into detail on the universe of Honkai Star Rail, showing the free-to-play game's rich lore and colorful characters. The launch show also featured Lily Pichu playing the game, showcasing the game's turn-based combat, which is different from MiHoYo's other games like Genshin Impact, which uses real-time combat. Honkai Star Rail's launch show also announced their collaborations with Waze and Razer. Boot up your Waze app and you can change the navigator's voice to March 7th, and change your car's icon to the Astral Express. And if you want to redeem 50 Stellar Jades, come by selected Razer stores that have the Honkai Star Rail decor and try out the game. Or if you already have the game on your mobile phone, just simply show it to someone who works there and redeem your Jades. On a bit of serious note here, folks, the UK's antitrust regulator, the Competition and Markets Authority or the CMA, has formally blocked Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard in the country. If you haven't tuned into a single thing about the story yet, Microsoft has been attempting to persuade regulators around the world to clear its $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. So far, South Africa's Competition Commission has approved the deal. The US Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, has said that it will attempt to block the deal legally, but today we are focusing on the UK. Despite recent signs that the CMA was warming up to the acquisition, the decision to not accept the deal was motivated by concerns about the future of the cloud gaming market. It feared that Microsoft's deal would lead to reduced innovation and less choice for UK gamers over the years to come, especially with Microsoft being a key player in the market. They added that the solution proposed by Microsoft had significant shortcomings and would require regulatory oversight by the CMA. And according to Polygon.com, Microsoft did not sufficiently cover different business models such as subscriptions and risk disagreement between Microsoft and other cloud gaming providers. Cloud gaming is viewed as important to the CMA, calling it a fast-growing sector of the games market that allows gamers to avoid buying expensive consoles and presents them with more flexibility and choice to how they play. Microsoft and Activision Blizzard were not pleased with this decision and immediately said that they remain fully committed to appealing the CMA's decision, with Microsoft President Brad Smith responding, "The CMA's decision rejects a pragmatic path to address competition concerns and discourages technology innovation and investment in the United Kingdom. We have already signed contracts to make Activision Blizzard's popular games available on 150 million more devices, and we remain committed to reinforcing these agreements through regulatory remedies." Smith continues to say that they are disappointed with the CMA's decision, reflecting the government's body's flawed understanding of this market and the way the relevant cloud technology actually works. A spokesperson for Activision Blizzard added to the response with a more assertive tone, saying, "The CMA's report contradicts the ambitions of the UK to become an attractive country to build technology businesses. They added that they will work aggressively on the appeal and that they will reassess our growth plans for the UK global innovators. Large and small will take note that, despite all its rhetoric, the UK is clearly closed for business. While the appeal is in progress, Microsoft and Activision will be closely monitoring the decisions of other regulatory bodies, with the European Union set to announce its findings about the acquisition on May 22nd. And before we carry on with the news, make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and to get the latest news, and if you want to see more content like game reviews and more. We also have Twitter, so go ahead and follow @Game8 for more entertaining content. The one who brought us Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Elden Ring from Software is adding to the Armored Core series. More than 11 years after Armored Core 5, Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon is launching this August 25th, 2023. PlayStation.blog published an article on April 27th detailing what's in store for the game and some questions answered by the developers themselves. The new story of Armored Core 6 takes place on the planet Rubicon, where a powerful energy source called Coral has been discovered. This source is extremely volatile and has already caused a massive disaster that nearly decimated the entire planet many years prior. Game director Masaru Yamamura further explains the world of Rubicon as an intricate and multi-layered world, brimming with megastructures and enormous underground facilities built by its former inhabitants. These structures cover a planetary surface racked with extreme cold and contamination in the aftermath of the Great Disaster, and the player will be exploring these various environments as they proceed. Armored Core 6 seems to still have that familiar gameplay. Customize your mech to successfully complete missions and explore the world. Yamamura also mentions the pace and feel of the game is somewhere between Armored Core 3 and 5, but there are new features revealed that can enhance the gameplay experience. Assault Boost is one of the biggest new features in the game. It is an instantaneous switch between long-range gunfighting and close-range melee, activated with just one button. Stagger is another addition to the series combat. If an AC takes way too many hits over a short period of time, its altitude control system will be overloaded, making it vulnerable for a while. This element can add to the player's combat strategy, factoring in more elements like equipping certain armaments to gain advantage. This gameplay trailer already looks insane, and we cannot absolutely wait until the game drops on August 25th for the PS4 and PS5. You can also pre-purchase the game now on Steam. Heads up, Last of Us fans, we're getting more video game adaptations. God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn will also have their own TV shows, and, according to PlayStation Productions head Asad Kizilbash, said that they will be having the same care as HBO's The Last of Us. In the recent episode of the official PlayStation podcast via comicbook.com, Kizilbash said, "The same care and formula that we did with The Last of Us, we're going to be applying for Horizon and God of War. We're going to tell the story of the game because we can. Because it's a show. We have the time to do it. We've got the episodes to be able to do it. We're not trying to cram it into a 2-hour movie." Kizilbash added that the shows will go beyond retelling the story told within the games, focusing on more world building, expanding on elements that aren't in the game, and even focusing on other characters. The God of War series will be on Amazon Prime Video, while the Horizon Zero Dawn series will be adapted by Netflix. Both shows are currently in the very early stages of production, so any release dates or castings have yet to be announced. And those are the biggest gaming news you may have missed last week. If you want more news videos or other videos all about video games, check out the rest of the channel. This is Game8 Information Station, and we'll see you again on the next one.